20 years down the line and same old.
You still love being in this space?
Absolutely.
2 decades later?
Yes.
So now you become an intern under Chris Adwar.
Yes.
You are his apprentice.
Yes, he's intern.
Niletea
maji, kutumwa.
But of course he's teaching you, this is...
Oh yes, and I remember the worst advice he ever gave me. Told me, Gidi, the best way to make a track is to take a break. Thinking, just sit down and take a break. I'm thinking, no, you can't take a break. You need to work. No, just take a break. Him is very, maybe he was young.
Yeah.
Yes, he was young. He was young man. Let's take a break. We build stories. Then get back to it and get the work done.
So what are you doing as an intern in terms of work? Are you producing musicians who come?
Not yet. At that time, because of my limited knowledge, I was learning eMagic, Logic, and Soundscape. So learning to program, make beats, and record. That was the purview that was allocated to me. So I would track, record, then leave it for Chris to mix and master.
Yeah.
So learning, this is how we make tracks. Okay. He walks out a little, or there's no client in the day. Bam! Learning, experimenting, and got the hang of it.
Who are the kind of people coming to use the studio at the time?
Okay, do I remember the names?
They can even be corporate clients. I'm just trying to picture what you worked on at this time.
Well, the biggest thing that we're involved in was Sales to the Children, which won the first Emmy Award in Kenya.
And make the world a better place. I want to live in a world full of hope. So tell me, why should I always be compromised? Is there an ending for the suffering child? Left behind, left out in the cold alone. We are children of the land. Hear our voices as we sing, asking you.
Whoa. What is that? Is it an album project or
No,
song
it was a
project?
song project.
It's a song project?
Yes.
That won the Emmy?
Yes.
Emmy Award?
The first and I think only Emmy
What?
was on that. So,
In terms of musicians, I know Peter Dera, off interviewing him, mentioned you and said he came to the studio and Gidi was there. He mentioned you like you were like a small boy who just...
but I was.
Actually, now when I'm hearing you talk, I'm like, actually, he was a small boy. Did you personally, because I'm sure now, I understand that love and passion for wanting to be in the studio and on being in the studio. Was there a project that you decided, you know what, I've got my spare time, can I work on this?
There was, what was?
Or was there a musician who had a particular wanting for Gidi to work with?
No, see, hapo mini kurutu.
Oh, it's not this Gidi that I know.
Who knows your name? Who knows where? Do you exist where? Just circumstance, happenstance. This time, Desta were doing a play, and Chris was in between studios. He was working with Steve, working on VUC stuff, and working at next level. So, Yafesi and his crew,
Yafesi, who you spoke about again, being... So Yafesi went from St. Christopher's, Yafesi being the actor, went from
what is that
St.
word?
Mary's
Yuck.
to Daystar. And then he comes to work with Chris Adwar on
a project for a play that they're doing at Daystar. So Chris is like, no, since my time is limited, I'll do some, and then I'll work with this guy, let him cut his teeth on this. Like, project to do. Oh, yeah. What do you need? Did tracks for them. It was quite fun.
Are you being paid?
What is pay?
What is money?
Oh, money. Who needs money? Who needs money when you're having fun? No.
Even bus fare stipend?
What is that? You see, that's the problem with. It's not the problem with. Okay, I don't know. Again, I
It's
cannot.
the problem with you.
I cannot impose my life on everyone. I was hungry. This was a place where my appetite was being fed, and I was being given the opportunity to explore with gear which kwa affording engewahi kuwa at yo. I don't know, I'll buy my own and have it at home. That was not. It was not something that would cross my mind.
And again, it was helping you get to the end product of what you were saying earlier.
Yes. So I'm learning here. I'm getting to interact with real musicians, real people who they're not your friends, so they'll be nice and it's sounding nice. It's real people. I need work done. So got it done. Every so often, yes, you'll get have some bus fare, have some money, but there was no like salary stipulated. You get X at none of that. So interned at Next Level 2001-ish, 2002, can't remember. We got new management, not ownership, management. I get called Mtish. Came over to set up systems to run the studio better. He came set up and said, okay guys, from now on, you'll be getting paid regularly. Like, yeah? Yes, as in you'll be getting regular money. This guy's a godsend. Guy. What does that even look like? So started systems and started getting regular money. So at that point, learning, getting
Regular money.
no,
Better.
getting better at the craft. And around 2002, Tish calls me. At that time, he had been friends with Kasangas for donkey years. So he calls me, tells me, you guy, Kasangas is setting up studio. I've bought for him gear. So because he consulted, bought for him gear. He named I don't know what that is. And bought Logic Platinum. Hey! Logic Platinum was Logic Platinum. Okay, it's arriving in so I'd like to set you up if you can come and be the producer there and negotiate time. Excuse me? This is your job. As in job. Job. 31 and MPESA. Yes, and you will have, so you can have a meeting and see, and so I'll take the meeting. So have a meeting with Mr. Kasanga. No, he was not there because funny story. My mom was in his choir while she was expecting me.
That is a funny story.
So he wasn't as in It was this guy is this friend for this friend. He's we don't know each other because
Age gap,
time. Yes. So okay, How are your parents? They're fine. So this is what it is. So when we begin like October 2002, and begin, and from there there's a group called Sifa. Like I think I'd recorded something for them at Next Level, and then we became
I know
friends.
Sifa. They are 4 head, shoulders, knees, toes.
No,
That's not Sifa.
that's Sita.
Oh, that's Sita. Oh, sorry.
Or was it Sifu? Yes, I think it's Sifu. Sifu. So meet them. They're like, you guy, we want to work with you. Like, but I'll be changing locations. So I said, we'll come with you wherever you go. So, okay, I'll let you know when I've moved. So they come like, okay, we're ready to work. We want to do an album, and here is 50,000 down payment. Like, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
49,
10.
50.
21, 2, 4, 5,
You're not going to count to 50.
31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Here? You know, at one like this, I wrote it. That was the first receipt in the receipt book. You guy, I'm thinking, wow, what kind of life is this? Now the thing is, I've never used Logic. I've used Imagic, which was a stripped down version where you just do MIDI and then do audio in Soundscape. But now this one does both audio and MIDI. So you're doing, hey, some help, F1. F1. How do you, it shows you that you try it out. That you try it out.
Baptism by fire.
Nakwambia. And then now calls where you get Julian. Julian was the guy. Around there, my dad got a phone. He was working for a project where they gave him a phone that credit si kitu. Where tawe tunafanya piga simu. Yeah. Nazomba hiyo simu. Yeah, it's credit that. Ja. Hello, Julian. Now on Logic, how do you? And he would answer the questions, He would answer the questions he answered. He was so nice. He answered all the questions I had. So going back is just remembering what he had said and trying out and so did the album.
First project, Sifu,
that I can remember.
Yeah.
That was my project.
Yeah.
The other ones were Kasangas, walk-ins and choirs.
Can we talk about this Kasanga era in terms of, even before we talk about your project, explain to us, you're the first person who have spoke to that has mentioned Riverroad from a working perspective. Dodero just mentioned meeting Kasangas to give him distribution.
Right.
Explain to us Riverroad. Explain to me does it mean to be in that side of the highway, to enter that side of, you know, the way you when you mentioned Riverroad, you're like, and Likanyoto Sudo, you're like, guys, you don't understand. That's where people sell millions of records and things like that.
Right.
Tell me, paint a picture for me about that lifestyle. Or that
I'm sorry, I
environment.
can't, because I did not live the life.
But about the production,
I did not live that life either, because what Kasanga was setting up was, he was not setting up Riverroad. So he would harvest some guys who, hatutaki Riverroad, we want better quality, we want better way of doing things, a different way of doing things, we want multi-track. So that I cannot. What I can give you glimpse and tastes of the ethic of the kind of work they do.
Okay.
When we were setting up the price list, there was something that was called direct recording. Oh, see, what is this direct recording? So no, this is a recording where you record straight onto the DAT. DAT is the digital audio tape, which is what used to hold masters. So, come again? Yes, you record straight into DAT. What do you mean? You mix as you go. Hakuna ati you'll record and then mix and then master, then no. So one, the musicians have to be on point. They have to sing on key.
There's no take two.
There's no, I was a little flat to take a auto tune. That rubbish was not there. But yeah, no, just auto tune, it should be fine. Because what you're singing is what is ending up as you sang it, not that it edited with none of that. The musicians have to be.
Oh, this is live.
It's not. There's live, then there's direct recording.
No, what I mean when I said they're coming there with musicians,
Yes.
it's not a T.
Is most times is programmed drums, so the beats are going. So guitar inaingia, bass inaingia, keys inaingia, lead anaingia, BGVs wanaingia, stereo feed.
Here, pewa tape after you finish.
Now ours was not so bad. Hapo ni fanya DAT, then from the DAT do the master on the tape, so they're able to do compression and EQ going into tape. I'm like, my God, this is murder. The amount of consent. You can't let, if someone is singing a little higher than others, you can't say, I'll correct that when I'm mixing. It has, so your hands on the board. Ikienda nayo. There's no passive recording where, then you're chatting here, WhatsApp. No such thing. You're there.
You know everything. This knob is a keyboard.
This is what, and during interludes, here, it's the keys that is going. So bring up the keys. Unatawala ikimaliza interlude, rudisha. Ni guitar inachukua. Go with it. So that was hard.
Because are you saying somebody would come in the morning and at lunchtime, if they were recording their 2 songs, you're giving them their master?
What do you mean 2 songs? Album. Record it in the morning. No, that is direct recording. I thought I was having it bad. So getting to talk to Lee is telling me, Kitty, you're having it very easy. So what do you mean? These kisses who come to the studio, wanakuja wakifika hivi, wameenda studio, wamepigwa picha imetolewa, album imeprintiwa covers.
Yes.
They've been printed with the song order. Huko wakitoka huko, wanakuja wanaingia studio, wanachapa recording hivi, wakimaliza kuimba hivi, direct recording. Patia master straight to duplication, shikanisha na the labels that were made, going back to Kiss in the Evening, wamefunga album.
What?
And not once, not twice, not 3 times.
And not one artist.
So I was like, so me that I have opportunity to put in the DAT, then
EQ a bit.
You're in luxury. You should be very grateful. So there.
So Kasangas was like a step up of the Riverroad.
Yes.
They were like.
There was
some quality.
Multi-track.
Yeah, multi-track.
Recording, and Kasanga himself he has a very good ear. He's done this thing since I was in my mother's womb, literally. He's been recording, so he has quite an ear. So a lot of the times at the beginning, since mixing, during my internship, I would record and leave the mixing to Chris. So enter this new space where oh, you'll record it, he'll mix it, and
Direct
he'll master
recording,
it.
eh?
Not direct now.
Yeah, okay.
Multi-track.
Okay, multi-track.
So because, excuse me, there was quality that was attributed to his name.
Yeah, the brand.
Yes.
Mm.
He was not going to drop it because
Of making a money.
there's a new kid